What's up, Pokemon trading card game fans? Welcome. This is episode 97 of the Special Conditions podcast, where a love for collecting and competing collide.
I changed it, Adam. I changed the intro. I forgot to tell you.
He changed it. I'm trying to read this like I normally do, and I'm already choked up. Special Conditions is part of the Pokemon Professor Network, and today is Wednesday, November 17th, 2021. I'm one of your hosts, Adam Tuttle, and I'm joined by my co-host, Ken Pescator. What's good, Ken?
Yo, Adam, what's up, man?
A lot is up.
Yeah? Is that good?
A lot of cardboard in the air, that is.
Oh, there's a lot of wrappers on the floor.
I actually picked those up today. That was from the Zoom call on Monday.
You walk around Adam's room and it's just like crinkly. Every step you take is just whoosh,
you know,
whoosh.
in fall when the leaves happen to land on the ground and you kind of
yes.
walk and you're just stepping in leaves and it's that crunch. It's basically that, but on the inside of the house.
You opened a lot of cards, huh?
Yeah, it was a lot of peer pressure. I blame the Discord.
I don't think anyone was twisting your arm really too hard. You were like begging.
I was like, do I
You're
need to
begging for
open
it.
this? Yeah, go for it. All right, I will. You guys convince me.
Leave me alone.
But on today's show, our card of the week is going to be Sylveon VMAX. We're going to do a TN Comics pack opening. We're going to get into our art of the week, which we determined last week was Aerodactyl. Well, Mega, but we just went with
I
Aerodactyl.
included the Mega.
I know.
Yeah.
And then we're going to take a look at the Urshifu VMAX League Battle decks, the Single Strike and the Rapidstrike. And then a new show is featuring the hobby of Pokemon. It's coming to Netflix.
I got feelings.
I got feelings too. Only if I'm invited on. I just see I saw. Never mind. We'll get there when we get there. Pokemon TCG Live has been delayed.
Yeah,
shocker.
Yeah. Well, look, I've learned as a console gamer, right? I've learned that 9.9 times out of 10, if a game is being delayed, there's very good reason. So, when I hear that, I'm like, okay, buckle down, take your time, get it right. You know what I mean? So I'd rather a game be delayed than launch and be terrible. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but still doesn't feel good. But we'll get there at the end of the show. But I really wish I was playing it right now, though, for sure.
Yeah, I'm getting tired of it, like knowing that it's supposed to change. Like it's supposed to.
And also, we're
into...
supposed to have a bunch of downtime. So it's like, it's just prolonging like the month outage or whatever they're going to have. You know what I mean? Like there's going to be a significant chunk of time where there's no ability to play online. So we'll have to see how that rolls out.
I'm excited though.
Oh yeah, sure. It's all.
It just makes me less
big
motivated to like play on the PTCGO because at any moment they could just be like, yeah, we're pulling the plug.
Yeah, I can only take 4 of you. I'm sorry.
All right, let's jump straight into our card of the week, Sylveon VMAX. Ken, do you know what this thing does?
It looks really good. That's what it does. I mean, wow, this is a great looking card, dude. You don't typically associate Sylveon with looking like fierce and mean. You look at you think of it more as being elegant and
every single card has been printed with it being smiling.
Dude, this one is pretty legit, and of course it's the Dynamax form, but it's like ribbons are flying, fangs are out, like it looks tough. It looks really good.
It looks like you just stole my cookie. I'm gonna eat you. All right, so Sylveon VMAX is a fairy. Oh, just kidding. It's a psychic type Pokemon.
Yep.
It's a Rapidstrike, 310 hit points. For 1 psychic energy, it has Precious Touch. Attach an energy card from your hand to one of your bench Pokemon. If you do, heal 120 damage from that Pokemon.
Nice.
That's a nice heal.
Sure.
Like if you have something damaged, you bring this up for 1 energy, you're just like, heal that. No big deal.
Yeah.
And then for 3 colorless energy, so you could put anything on there, Max Harmony. It does 70 damage plus this attack does 30 more damage for each different type of Pokemon on your bench.
All right. Well, how relevant is that? Have you seen this thing being used?
Personally, no, but I know it is making its rounds. It is tough because with it being Rapid Strike, you can play things like Octillery to go search for it. I know it pairs well with the Rapid Strike Urshifu. So there's 2 different types.
Right. Okay.
So there's already a 60 additional damage. And then you've got the Rapid Strike energies to make its attack. You could do that Harmony attack in like 2 turns.
Yeah.
And you don't necessarily have to play just Rapid Strike Pokemon. Like I know you can tech in something like Leafeon. I actually have seen it with Blaziken in a lot of like decks that have talked about it. And then, playing Crobat, that's dark. Playing Oranguru, that's colorless. So it is pretty easy to get a bench full of Pokemon of different typings.
Well, I mean, I would hope so, because as it's, heavy attack, I mean, even if you have 3 different types on the bench, at that point you're still only doing 160 damage. Didn't we determine one time that like 180 is probably like the best single attack damage when it comes to like knockouts over turns or something like that?
I
like
don't
if you do
think
150,
that's I think it's 100. It's 210 right now. Is if you can do 210, you knock out pretty much any V Pokemon.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
210 is like the top of the tier as far as hit points go.
Well, you're going to have to get 4 different types on your bench then in order to achieve that. You'll have greater than 210. But all right. I mean, I don't know. I haven't seen this thing in practice, but like I alluded to before, it's a darn good-looking card, and the secret rare, rainbow version, I actually don't think it does the justice as the standard version, because the colors look so great. But as I've said over the past couple shows, like the alt arts, full arts, secret art, whatever you want to call it, these alt arts are phenomenal. Like this is one of the best looking, definitely one of the best looking Sylveon cards ever. But man, these alt arts are just amazing. And like there's a little Eevee in it. Like I don't know, Adam. You always say
there's a Marshadow. I really enjoy that they are so big in like normal instances.
Well, it's a Gigantamax Pokemon, so when the other Pokemon are in the cards, they're itty bitty.
Yes, I know. But it's just one of those, like, everything around it is so small. It just really gives you it just gives you
sense
perspective.
Yeah. Yeah. I see that. The Marshadow looks really cool in the alt art too. I like it. Is that a little sleeping Eevee on like a little table over there? Oh my goodness. Yeah. It gets
and
better.
And then there's also a...
there's a Vaporeon in there too. What?
Flabébé. No, it's not. Is it Flabébé? I think it's Flabébé. Hold on.
Where?
I'm like growing this thing as big as I can put it in there. Top left, right under the Dynamax.
Okay, yeah. With the little flower crown. Interesting. Yeah, it's a good looking card.
Yeah, and it's only got 2 retreat costs, so Air Balloon helps it get out of tricky situations. Its glaring weakness is metal.
Sure.
Because it's times 2.
Yeah.
And Zacian can do 460 damage to it, so that's scary.
Yeah, definitely. But we can't have Sylveon VMAX without Sylveon V, so what's the deal here? Is this thing, does it carry its own merit, or are you pretty much trying to get in and out?
It does carry its own merit, sorry. Dream Gift. It's an ability. It says once during your turn, you may search your deck for an item card, reveal it, put it into your hand, then shuffle your deck. If you use this ability, your turn ends. That's not bad, because again, if you went first, you can't attack. So being able to just go search your deck for any item card, that's brilliant.
It's interesting that you say that, because when we were talking about other decks that really have a benefit of, getting turn one and getting a certain attack off on turn one to like generate additional energies, like the little, the baby Volcanions that I used to play. That it just seems like there's a lot of setup for potential turn one conversions that, like, once you're outside of turn one, okay, it may not have that great of an appeal, but if you could pull this thing off on turn one, I mean, like, I don't know, it's a big commitment, but that's pretty cool. I guess if you're running, what would you run? Like maybe a 3-2 or something?
Yeah. You don't have to go too big on this.
Yeah. Yeah, so you could get one out just to get it on the bench to play the ability. That's pretty cool.
Exactly.
Pretty cool. Also, standard, there's also a full art and the alt art of the Sylveon V. They're all really good. The Sylveon V alt art, it's like in like a little pastry shop. Like,
it reminds me of Pokemon Cafe.
It definitely does. It's so good. All these cards are so good. But the standard full art Sylveon V, the regular full art, is really good too. Really, really good.
Yeah, that one's my favorite overall. It's the colors they hit.
But like we were saying, all these Sylveon V cards, it's like cute and looks bashful and timid. And then when it goes to VMAX and you look at like the standard VMAX card, it's like, okay, this thing's angry. But when I was pulling the artwork for these cards, I also noticed the Dark Sylveon V promo card. How does this fit into the mix? I mean, it doesn't count as Sylveon V, right? Like, you can't evolve.
Correct, because it's a different name.
Yep. So, like, where does this fit into the mix? Would this have any synergy with what we're seeing here, or is this kind of its own little thing?
For 2 colors, Disarming Voice does 30. Your opponent's active Pokemon is now confused. That's kind of not relevant. Has 180 hit points. Psychic, ×2 to weakness to metal. Colorless Energy for retreat. And then a Psychic and double colorless Tricky Ribbon for 100 damage. Choose a random card from your opponent's hand. Your opponent reveals that card and shuffles it back into their deck. No.
No, I was going to say
zero relevance. It was more made for a callback to dark and light Pokemon.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Just playing on the nostalgia.
Yeah, and that's exactly where it came in. But other than that, no, I would not put this in that deck.
All right, cool. I don't know if you had a chance to look at this, but I also put in a link to the Sylveon V deck strategy. I don't know if this is what you're kind of talking about with how it can run with Leafeon, but I put a list in here that does run the Sylveon and Leafeon. Just because I know that these boxes are kind of, going to be in the mix, I actually just got my hands on a Sylveon VMAX box. But with the Leafeon V box coming, should this be something that people look forward to try to put together, or is it worth it?
Yeah, it's got an answer pretty much to everything. You've got the sniping ability with Urshifu VMAX. You can hit weakness with Leafeon. You can hit weakness with Blaziken, and then you can hit weakness with Sylveon. The only thing it doesn't hit is another Calyrex, because they're weakness to dark. So
yeah, but still, yeah. So there's a lot of hitters in this list. So I'll put a link in the description to this list so you can check it out. But it just looks like very intimidating as far as damage output. Like, it really looks like this thing could do some significant stuff. So it's really cool. I'll take a look at it. All right, I'm ready to open cards. I have an Evolving Skies pack with Sylveon on it.
I have an Evolving Skies with Sylveon on it as well.
All right, well, I'm going to open it, and I got a white code card.
Ugh. Jealous.
Evolving Skies, just the card stock just feels so thin. Ugh. All right.
Yeah, I was holding two different packs, and the other one felt very thin. It was Rayquaza, but this one felt thick. So I was like, okay, I'll
Okay.
go with this one
Okay.
instead.
Boldor, Aroma Lady, Rescue Carrier, Hoppip, Swablu, Zorua, Cryogonal, Petalil. My reverse is Stormy Mountain, and my rare is Appleton. Yeah,
Wow,
light code for that, really?
that doesn't even make sense.
It doesn't. Why? Why did that happen? Why?
All right, code card YC7NK6K B7BY4Z. Good luck. 1, 2, 3, 4. I didn't actually look at the code color. All right, we got Psychic Energy, Fitting, Rimbombe, Boost Shake, Golduck, Feebas, Gossifleur, Woobat, Emolga, Lotad. Reverse Hollow is Zorark Rare. Oh, and a Rayquaza V Rapidstrike. Let's go.
Oh, okay. All right. I didn't give out my code card, so let me do that really quick. V6ZWXMPWVV9DX. Wow, dude. Okay. Rayquaza V.
Yeah, I need that for my deck.
That's
I have a
awesome.
bunch of printed out proxies right now.
That's crazy. That's crazy. But these packs were provided by TN Comics. We want to thank TN Comics for supporting the Special Conditions podcast. You can check out their website, tncomics.com. And if you use the code FULLHEAL225 at checkout, you can get 5% off your total order. So check out tncomics.com. Use code FULLHEAL225 at checkout for an additional 5% off your total order at tncomics.com. All right, Adam, I got some artwork to magically look at through your eardrums.
Oh, I want to hear that.
Okay. Well, the first you did spin Mega Aerodactyl last week, so we decided that we're just going to go with Aerodactyl, but I did feature the Mega card. We'll get to that in a couple cards. But here we go. The first one I want to look at is what I think of when I think of Aerodactyl in TCG. I immediately go back to Fossil.
It has to be Fossil, it has to be first edition, and it has to be the pre-release stamp.
Oh, the pre-release stamp. I do have that card. But
I feel like I've always had that card. Like, everybody that has that card.
That's an old card,
or everybody
dude.
that shows Aerodactyl, it's like, I have the pre-release.
But it actually evolves from the Fossil card, from the mysterious Fossil card. Think of the power creep. 60 hit points. It's amazing. But it's just a really classic looking Aerodactyl with a giant head. Looks really cool. The illustrator is Kagamaru Himeno, and we've talked about this artist before. She's been working on the TCG since 1997. Ready for this, Adam? Over 600 cards illustrated.
Wow.
Think about that. That's insane. That's totally insane to me. But very classic looking Aerodactyl. Definitely check the link in the description so you can take a peek at it yourself. The next one, Aerodactyl Gx. Aerodactyl is a weird looking Pokemon, right? It's got this giant head that is, not in proportion to the rest of its body.
It's basically like an ancient or an old looking Charizard face.
No, but it's huge. The head, its neck should not be able to support its head. Its head is too big. And the fact that it has no arms, no real arms, is another weird thing. But this Aerodactyl, accentuates the Aerodactyl GX. It's from Unified Minds. It really just accentuates the giant dome on Aerodactyl. So I thought it was really funny. This is one of the CG cards. But this the artist is Planeta. We've talked about Planeta before plenty of times. But I think all the cards that Planeta has done have been either GX or V cards. So the artist's style is very, big and bold that fits those types of cards. So pretty cool. But here we go, Adam. I had to include this one, Mega Aerodactyl EX. This was a promo card.
Wow, it's got a goatee.
Does look like it has a goatee a little bit. It's like the shards breaking through. No, but all of this era, the EX era mega cards are so awesome. I love these cards because it says isn't the Japanese the name? Doesn't it? Is that like the name of?
Yeah, that's the name of the attack.
Attack, right? So rock,
and vice
drill,
versa on
dive.
the Japanese cards.
It says it in English, right?
Yep.
So yeah, all these cards just look phenomenal, and I'm glad you actually spun on Mega Aerodactyl because this is a cool card to feature. But what I thought was interesting about this one, right? So I look up the illustrator, and it's listed as 5Bon Graphics, a company. And I'm like, that's weird. That's not like a single person's name. Let me do a little bit more research. So I find out that this 5Bon Graphics, it's 5BAN, but it's like one word, 5Bon, has been creating TCG cards for years and years and years. And it's a collective of artists that have never released like their own names. They've only worked under the banner of 5Bon.
Wow.
So I thought that was really weird.
That's
But
interesting.
then, like on Bulbapedia, they have like the database of all the cards that each artist has created. So when I click on 5Bon, they've made over 800 cards for the game. And I'm like, how have I never noticed this? Like 5Bon Graphics, like a graphics company listed as the illustrator. I don't think I've ever noticed this. Like, what, am I going crazy? Have you ever noticed that
I've
before?
never noticed that. No.
That is the weirdest thing. How have I not noticed this? I don't know. But I thought it was very, very interesting. And it just like, I couldn't find much information on them at all. It's like, and some of the information that I did find was it saying, yeah, there's not much information about this group, but we know that they're an artist collective and they made over 800 cards. So pretty wild. But now I can't not see this card as Aerodactyl with a goatee. You've ruined it.
It looks like a vampire, or like, I don't know. It's got like those. Its ears now become like giant black points. I don't know. Kind of reminds me like an old vampire, or like grandpa.
No, I can see what you're saying.
With
It's
like black
Bram
dyed hair.
Stoker's. Yeah, I see what you're saying. I totally see what you're saying now. Yes. All right, we got one more card to look at here, and this one I chose because this is probably the most normal looking, like traditional representation of Aerodactyl I've seen, where the head actually looks in decent proportion. Like it doesn't look
And
like
you can see its whole body.
You can't. Maybe that's why it looks okay, but this is from the Team Up expansion. The artist name is Hitachu. And what I thought was interesting about Hitachu was they've only created 26 cards, but all the cards are done in CG. So when you look at this, you clearly know that this wasn't hand-drawn or painted, but it looks really cool. Like Adam was just saying, you could see the entire body of Aerodactyl, so I thought that's really neat. And the other thing, I'm looking at these cards, right? And I mentioned power creep before. Like, we look at the fossil card, and the Aerodactyl is 60 hit points. Then we look at the team up card, the Aerodactyl is 130 hit points. And then the Mega Aerodactyl, it jumps up to 210 hit points, right? But then the GX, which came out probably a year or two after the Mega, right? Probably, at least. Is still 210, but we're not talking about a Mega. We're just talking about a GX. So it's just an interesting look at how the power creep has kind of...
And it just keeps getting bigger and bigger.
Yeah, it's so interesting. Like 210 hit points, but for the Mega, and then no, it's 200 hit points for the, the actual Aerodactyl.
Because Swampert from Fusion Strike now has 170 hit points, and I know we saw that with Rillaboom from Sword and Shield. So it's like seeing that high hit point value is nice, because it just means that they're trying to push the stage twos.
Yeah, no, I feel that. But Adam, do you want to pull up the RNG machine and pick another Pokemon here for next week?
Yes, just give me 1 second here.
I have a feeling it's going to be Geodude. Can you imagine? I would go buy a lottery ticket.
All right. Let's see.
The suspense, Adam.
I know. The suspense is killing me, because I tried to hit Google, and it brought me to Google Maps.
You're still on Google? You need to Google the Pokemon number generator. I've never even seen this tool that you use.
Oh, well, I put it in the I believe it's the draft or the blank
All right, well,
template or
just hit
whatever.
it already. Pick a Pokemon.
All right, and generate. It's Starly.
Starly, okay. Mega exciting Pokemon for next week. Starly will be the art of the week. But Adam, that's about half a show. I say we take a little break. Come back. I'd like you to dissect the Urshifu VMAX Battle League decks, mainly because I had a lot of fun playing with the off-the-shelf pre-made, Reshizard decks. If this is something that I could just pick up and be somewhat partially competitive with,
yes,
I'm all about it. All right, good.
All right.
I want to hear about it. So we'll take a quick break. We'll come right back. I'll take that as a yes.
Yes,
all right,
sounds good.
All right, we'll be back right after this.
And we are back. Ken, how was your break?
It was hydrating. I'm fully hydrated.
I got some water too. I really needed it, for sure.
Yes.
All this talking about cards got my mouth all dry.
Really?
I might have licked a few cards in the middle of the show. So.
Oh my goodness.
You ready for a little housekeeping?
I'm ready for a little housekeeping, Adam.
All right, this podcast is powered by Patreon. You can check ours out over at patreon.com/PokemonProfessor. We can support this show for as little as $1 a month. That $1 is going to get you access to our patron-exclusive Discord, which is a fantastic place filled with fantastic people. All of our patrons are eligible to participate in our monthly Pokemon Go and TCGO prize tournaments. Registration is in the Discord. We hope to see you there. We want to give a huge thank you to our gym leaders, Absolutely Ryan, Dig Dug Rob, Grant, Jamal, JD Mojo Jojo, Magikarp Diem, Talon, TN Comics Wiz, and Big Za Minus. And a special thank you to our executive producer, Tish Smith.
Thank you, Tish.
Yeah, thanks so much. And if Patreon is not your thing, there are a few other ways you can help us out. If you're listening to us on YouTube, you can subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell. And if you're listening via podcast service like Apple Podcasts, you can take a moment to leave us a review. And finally, as always, we have a merch store. PokemonProfessor.com/merch. Pick up some swag, like some t-shirts, coffee mugs, hoodies. You know, the works.
I knew you had to slip the coffee mugs in there. Adam loves his mugs.
I have to.
Your #MugLife.
#MugLife.
Yes. All right, Adam, I want your opinion here. We've got Urshifu VMAX Battle League decks, Rapidstrike, Single Strike. What's the deal? What should I potentially buy? And are these things good?
So, good is like a rough statement. Now, I prefer Single Strike more than Rapidstrike. But I know Rapidstrike is really good. Both these lists are really good for what they are at base level. This is something that you could take to a tournament and probably have success with.
All right, see that's crazy to me. Like now, but what do these things retail for? $25?
I think it's 30.
30? That's pretty awesome, because I remember building a deck piecemeal and like I was like, oh, let me build a cheap deck, and it was like $60-$70. So a competitive deck for $30 that's a good thing, right?
Yes, very.
And then now the other question I have is, and I guess you should run through what's in them, but do these things serve as a good foundation to modify a little bit?
100%.
All right, so that's kind of where I'm at. That's what I want to understand here. If I were to get one of these, how do I make it better?
Okay, so we'll start with Single Strike because I'm very familiar with it. So it's got 2 Single Strike Urshifu VMAX, 2 Single Strike Urshifu Vs, a 4/3 Houndoom. That's the one with the ability that lets you search for a single strike energy and
Yep.
attach it to one of your single strike Pokemon, and they took 2 damage counters. Stonejourner, you get 2 of those, and those are the only Pokemon. Now, as far as Pokemon go, right now, what I play is a 4/4 Houndoom, and then 4 Stonejourner. And then it also has 2 Oranguru. And then I play 1 just single strike Urshifu V to kind of be a 1 single prizer deck. But I can see where this would be a little bit better in fighting with higher attack damage. It's got Boss's Orders. It's got 2 of those, 1 Bruno, 2 Escape Rope, 3 Evolutionary Incense, 3 Marnie, 1 Ordinary Rod, 4 Professor's Research, 4 Quick Ball, 2 Single Strike Scroll of Scorn, 2 Switch, 1 Tool Scrapper, 4 Tower of Darkness, 4 Urn of Vitality, 4 Fighting Energy, 4 Single Strike Energy, and 4 Stone Energy. Yeah, so that's what I've got. As far as to make it better, I don't think I was using Single Strike Scroll of Scorn, which I believe is like, as long as it's attached to a single strike Pokemon, it basically is like a rage. So it does like 10 plus 10 for each damage counter.
All right, but how do I mean, if this already has the VMAX, the Urshifu VMAX, like, how do I make this better?
As far as better goes, I like consistency. So for research, 3 Marnie, 1 Bruno, I'd probably push that to a 4/4/2, because you want to have more single strike Pokemon for Tower of Darkness, because that allows you to discard a Rapidstrike card and then draw 2 cards once per turn.
Yeah.
Yep. The 4 urns, like, that's what I would use. I don't know if I would use Stone Energy, but I guess it works. It kind of negates the fact that you just use the Houndoom's Roar ability to attach an energy, take 2 damage counters. So it kind of reverses that. So I guess I can see how that's played out, but honestly, I don't know. I really don't. It's pretty well built.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, from a Pokemon perspective, I guess the benefits could potentially come in just switching up some of the layout of the or the loadout of the supporters.
Yeah, and
know.
I mean, it's got 2 switch, it's got 2 escape rope. There's no air balloon, which I would tend to like to use. So I just don't know what I would take out and switch out. All I know is that it is a solid foundation.
Yeah, nice. Well, what about when we go over to Rapidstrike? I mean, I know you said you like the single strike better, but
so this one actually focuses on the Rapidstrike like strategy, because it wants you to do the Gale Thrust, I believe it is, or the Rapid. I don't know what the front of it is, but the main attack that does 120 damage to 2 different Pokemon. And so it's got Cinccino and Minccino for consistency. It's got Octillery and Remoraid, again for consistency. It's got a Galarian Zigzagoon, 3 Phalanx. I'm not kind of sure why that's in there.
okay.
That kind of doesn't jump out at me. I feel like putting in an additional like 1/1 Cinccino Minccino would be a better idea. And then possibly a second Galarian Zigzagoon. Just, I mean, if we're going for bench damage here. It's got 2 Boss's Orders, a Cheryl, 2 Escape Rope, 2 Evolutionary Incense, 1 Fan of Waves, 2 Karina's Focus, 3 Level Ball, 3 Marnie, 1 Ordinary Rod, 1 Pal Pad, 3 Professor's Research, 4 Quick Ball, 1 Scoop Up Net, 2 Switch, 1 Tool Scrapper, 2 Tower of Waters, Fighting Energy times 4, Rapid Strike Energy times 4, and Stone Energy times 4.
All right. So I'm just trying to figure out the difference here. Like you were saying, it really goes for the mechanic itself. Like how does this deck play compared to the other?
So it's single strike wants to hit as hard as possible with like one big strike. So their goal is to try to knock you out in one hit. The rapid strike is it can snipe two different bench Pokemon for 120, or it can come up with the first attack for one fighting. If it went from the bench to the active, it does a bunch damage more. And I apologize that I don't know everything exactly because it's not in front of me. But yeah, so it's essentially you're picking off little damage by little and then being able to snipe them on the bench and take multiple knockouts.
Yeah, I've learned that bench sniping is pretty common right now in TCGO because I lose matches from getting knocked out on my bench all the time. So it's awesome.
Yeah, and it's really cool reading both these lists and being able to like see how the decks would play against each other without actually seeing them play against each other. And what I mean by that is seeing that there's only 2 Tower of Waters, which give Rapid Strike Pokemon additional colorless less for retreat cost. I believe that's what it is. Don't quote me on that. But there's only 2 stadiums where the other deck has 4. So it's like clearly the single strike is winning the stadium war. And it's like it's just crazy to see. And then because you're searching your deck with the single strike and grabbing the energies, there's also a fan of waves which shuffles that or puts it at the bottom of your deck. So it'll take a special energy off something that you just grabbed and throw it at the bottom. So you might think you're safe with a stone energy, but then they put it away and then they knock you out.
I don't know. I mean, looking at these 2 lists, I would probably say that I'd have more fun playing the single strike. But
I think the single strike is more consistent, in my honest opinion.
Interesting. Well, definitely, if anyone picks these up and has any experience playing with them, let us know how it goes. Because I don't know, I'm
just
a fan.
There's a lot of one ofs in the rapid strike. It's kind of awkward.
But the fact that you could just buy it and play it off the shelf is exceptionally appealing to me. Like, not just because it's cost effective, but just because it's easy. Like, I don't have to go hunting. I could just buy this and be done with it. I could, if I want to add anything, it's additive at that point, not necessary. So that's very attractive to me. I like that. All right, 2 more topics I want to talk about here. This first one is pretty interesting. You sent me a text early this morning. Poke Beach put out an article saying that Netflix has signed a deal with Ken Golden of Golden Auctions to release a reality show based on the trading card hobby, and he had confirmed that Pokemon will have a part of the show. Now, Golden Auctions is one of the leading and major sports card and memorabilia auctions. Full disclosure, my current boss was a former partner of Ken Golden. Like, I know this guy because of my day job. I work in sports card entertainment and all that stuff. So I've seen this guy's name all over the place over the last couple months. And he's signed this deal. Now, this show is going to be produced by the same producer as Pawn Stars, right? So I don't necessarily know if this is going to feel like Pawn Stars, but I really hope not. And 2, I had a great conversation with my boss and my whole staff today talking about what this could mean for the hobby industry at large, sports cards and beyond, non-sports cards, but specifically Pokemon cards. And Adam, this is where I want to get your hot take, because we're just finally getting to a point where we're settling down a bit from the post-COVID, post-Logan Paul market inflation, apocalypse of 2020, right? You know what I mean? We kind of saw it start to digress, chill out a little bit as we got through 2021, and finally some stores are starting to see some stock again and things are settling with pricing. And now we hear about this show, which is going to bring a gabillion new eyeballs onto the hobby, a million new eyeballs on not just the cards themselves, but I have a feeling that this show will be heavily, heavily, heavily financial, meaning they're going to be tying every benefit of the card to a monetary value. Even though this is going to include Pokemon in this show, I don't think they'll ever talk about collecting or playing from a personal perspective. I think all of it will be in regards to the finances of investing and all that kind of stuff. So
unless somebody that they bring on the show that brings that up while they're talking about their collection or something. So please do.
I don't know. I'm look, it's good for the industry because more eyeballs, more people, more business. It's good. I work in the industry. It's great. But I do have genuine concerns that this could cause another artificial bubble to grow outside of the bubble that was just about to pop and protect that bubble. So then we have this I don't know. I'm worried, Adam. What do you feel about this?
Now that you mention it, I do understand how you're feeling, and I can see that happening again. So I'm definitely concerned. Because I will say
the top comment on Poke Beach was like, "Oh, great, product shortages, here we come." And it's that's what I'm so worried about.
Yeah, because it was really nice. I walked into my local game shop and they had Fusion Strike packs for $4. And I was able to walk into GameStop and see Fusion Strike packs. And I thought things were okay. I thought we were in a good place. But seeing at the Walmart I went to, it was, and they limit them, but within 4 days, all of them are just gone. Everything.
Yeah. And I, by all means, I don't want to sound like the gloom and doom guy, right? I don't. But I do see real things to be concerned about here when it comes to how this can influence the market. Because all it's going to take is them on the show to say, something to the,
the Mew from Fusion Strike, that's worth $300,000 graded.
Yep. And then all of a sudden you can't get it. And it's the people that are buying it, look, I'm not trying to gatekeep the hobby at all. I want everyone to take part. But what bothers me is when the art and the culture and the community and the game, it all just gets lost in the sauce. And believe me, I want people to enjoy this however they want to enjoy it. And if the money is the only reason they're going to enjoy it, or buying to sell the secondary market, whatever, it's part of the it's part of the hobby. But I just have concerns that it's going to impact the market in a negative way for the end user. The people that work in the industry will probably benefit, but the people that are trying to go to the store to buy cards for their kid or for Christmas presents, those are the people that are going to really feel the burn. That's what I'm worried about. I don't know. We'll have to see. We'll have to see, man.
We'll have to see.
I'm cautiously optimistic. I hope it's not like Pawn Stars.
I hope Pokemon is holding a lot of their stock back and just shipping out what they can or what they want to right now, and just holding a ton for right before Christmas. Just so it's there's just so much that scalpers can't buy enough.
Right now they're listening going, hold my beer. All right, Adam, we touched on this at the top of the show. One more quick topic here. TCG Live has been delayed. There was a tweet said, to provide trainers with a more polished experience, the Pokemon TCG Live mobile soft launch in Canada and global open beta for desktop have been shifted to 2022. We'll have more to share soon on timing for both this testing period and the full launch of Pokemon TCG Live. All right. Feelings? Are you okay?
I'm okay. I don't even... I saw a preview of it, that's it. I have zero expectations, And I think that's how everybody should feel going into this. It's a brand new interface. All that I can hope for and expect Pokemon to do is hold up on their end and give me the cards that I have. Like, make sure that I have 4 of those Zacians and 4 of those Zamazentas. You know what I mean? Like, that's the only thing I care about. As long as I have them, and you didn't take my digital things that I've been collecting for years, because that would turn...
Your NFT collection? That they would...
Yeah, well, I'm saying, like, that would... Like, just imagine that. Like, if that really happened to, like, 90% of the player base, and, like, they just couldn't figure it out...
Well,
I can guarantee you not many people would be happy with them, and not many people would be playing online.
Look, they said that in order to get the conversion correct, that they were going to take that or have that time of maintenance where they were going to pull the game down, and there would ultimately be a time where there's no game at all. So they, they could put 100% of their resources into the migration. So when I hear this delay, it's like, all right, well, does this delay include the time for that migration? Or are you going to just will that get cut down? I don't know. That's what I'm worried about. But
all I know is I've been waiting for Overwatch 2 for like 2 years now.
Oh, well, that's delayed indefinitely.
Yeah, I know. That's just one of those things. Like, it'll happen when it happens. You know what I mean? I'm okay with the wait.
Well, people, speaking of the wait, and speaking of TCG Live, Just Will in the Discord said, hey, have you heard that people are weighing Fusion Strike packs? so apparently this might be a thing. You know how Fusion Strike has TCG cards or code cards that show TCG Live?
Yes. I
guess there might be some kind of formula someone's trying to crack for weighting those cards. I don't know. But
because all the code cards are the same, right?
No, there's 2 different colors.
Oh, okay.
But it's the opposite, I think. I think you want the dark code card, the black code card, not the white one. I don't know. But I definitely want to hear everyone's opinion on TCG Live. Are you okay with the delay? I'm totally fine with the delay. I'd rather them delay it as long as they need to make it run perfect on launch. Like, just don't release it in a crappy state and try to hot fix it on the fly. Make it right, launch it properly. The only thing to remember too is, and we didn't even talk about this, we could talk about it next week, is, we've got the 2022 Play Pokemon season coming right around the corner. If there's going to be an online element to those tournaments, Players Cup or whatever it may be, they got to get it right. So do what you need to do. But Adam, before we wrap up, I do want to give a shout out to our show supporter, to your patrons, if I could just take a quick moment.
Yeah, go for it.
Great. Thank you so much to Ace Trainers, Adrock, Alex, Andrew, Brian, Chad, Carol, Chris, Cody, David, Eric, Garrett, G-Stacks87, Griggle788, Harry, Heracross Boss, James, Jason, J. Mackle, Justin, Canto, Cody, Ken, Lady Goobly Meat, Lynchbot, Malcolm, MD, M. Pitts, Pokenabot, Purple Pancakes, Ricky, Sam, Smeatwad, Winston, Woodwoes, Wolf, and Zachary. Thank you all so incredibly much for your support. We really, really appreciate it. Adam, we're creeping on 100 episodes.
We are creeping.
Our Lured Up show for Pokemon Go just hit 200. Special Conditions is about to hit 100. This is good times, man. This is good stuff.
The question is, what are we doing for our 100th episode?
I don't know. You want to open 100 packs?
Oh my gosh. Maybe we should just stream it if we're going to do that.
100 packs will be opened. The floor will be crunchy with wrappers.
And your ears will be in pain.
Oh, but anyway, that's it, Adam. We did it.
We did it. All right, and remember, email us, info@specialconditionstcg.com. Send us a voicemail, leave us a text, send us a picture, 732-835-8639. Ken, you got anything else?
Nope, that's it.
All right, remember, trainers, if you're affected by a special condition, don't forget to use a full heal.